everybody! I'm here for the Q&A. So I asked on Instagram if you have questions for me, and you delivered. So I have a lot of questions, and I will try to answer some of them. So let's get started. I just take a little bit of my ginger tea because I'm still a little bit tired. And let's start. First question, I got that few times. How did all this started? And the second question, how did you get into pottery? I'm a new potter and I would love to make it my job if possible. So, to answer to that, I started pottery as a hobby back in 2015. I was pregnant for my first kid and I had a lot of free time, and I decided to try to spend less time in front of the computer and more time doing something with my hands. So I went to a local studios in Munich, where they had a lot of different activities possible, like serigraphy, wood making, jewelry, and pottery. Moshe! Anyway, sorry, the cat was being crazy. And I wanted to visit the whole space, and when I saw pottery and when I smelled the smell of clay and glaze, and I don't know, the atmosphere of this really small studio, I loved it immediately. So I started to do a workshop there, like a 2 evenings workshop, to learn or to start to learn how to center and wheel thrown. Didn't like it, by the way, but still, that was my first attempt to do stuff on a wheel, on the potter wheel. And after that, I was in my parental leave. That was quite long in Germany, and I had a lot of free time. So I took the baby with me, and I went back to the studio time to time. I was able to pay, I think, €5 per hour to free use the studio. So that was really nice. I did a first collection of cup that I draw, but I didn't draw. And yeah, I really liked it. I sell the product to my friends. I started to open an Instagram page back in 2016 called Super Bowl Ceramic. And then I changed to Super Ceramics. But I used the word super because I have a tattoo. Super. And I thought that was a nice name, a little bit crazy somehow, stupid. No, it's stuck with me, so I'm stuck with Super Ceramics. But that was working in German, English, French, so I liked it. Anyway, and I just started that as a hobby. But when I got back to work, I realized that working on the computer was not for me anymore. I mean, I loved my job as an industrial designer, but I was a little bit of... I wanted to work more with my hands, so I slowly started to make more, and my office closed in 2018, and at this point I was able to I was able to participate in a program in Germany where I could start my own practice, and I would get help from the government. Anyway, I got a little bit of money, and I bought a kiln, the one that I'm still using until now. That is not super performant, not the better kiln I could have, but still working. And after that, I bought also a potter wheel. I bought clay, material, glazing, everything that I could with this money. Somebody asked me that. Somebody asked me, when did you start your own ceramic practice? How much did you invest in materials, kiln, etc.? Approximately €4,000 to start. The kiln that I bought was not expensive, 2,800 I think, and then the potter wheel was only 400 I think. So, and then the rest was material and paying for the rent and renovating the place where I was. So €4,000 is a lot of money, but it's also not so much in comparison with other jobs. So anyway, that was okay for me. What is important to know is that I didn't start pottery. I mean, one of the questions that came back a lot was, this question came like a lot of time. Was it hard to start your own business? Struggling with where to start? This person, Lina. Another question was, how long did it take me to live comfortably with your sales? So, I started ceramics aside from my job as an industrial designer. It's important because I didn't need to sell pottery to live. I had my freelancer design work for that. And I knew, my plan was to live 100% with ceramics, but I knew that the journey would be long because first I needed to find my own style, I needed to find my clientele, I needed to grow on social media because I had the feeling that's where I wanted to show my work and connect internationally. It's important to know that I was in Germany at the time and I'm French, so I was speaking German. I speak English with a weird English accent and with weird German accent. That's the reason, because I learned English in Germany anyway. And I knew that I needed to connect with different kind of people, not only German people, not only French people. So I started to sell my pottery on Instagram. To communicate my work on Instagram and always in English. Anyway, my plan was to slowly work more in the ceramic field and slowly sell more over the years. And I started this journey in beginning of 2019 when I bought the kiln that I have today. I bought the kiln 6 years ago, but at that point, maybe that was 5% of my income, ceramics. Then I moved here, where I am today, in the middle of the countryside in France. And I had a bigger studio than before in Germany and less financial pressure. And I think that it's a really important fact about how I was able to live from pottery, because today I'm living 100% from selling pottery online. That's my income, nothing else. I'm working with, of course, retailers, but also on markets and selling directly on my website. That's 100% of my income. I don't work as an industrial designer anymore, so it's only pottery. I live from that, and I can say, from my point of view, I live comfortably from pottery. But that's another subject. Let's talk about how it became my full income and my full-time job. So I was working as a freelancer on the side, and slowly, every year I grow from 20% more, making it more my income. It was possible because I didn't add any financial pressure, really, because here in the countryside where we live, the rent was low. I didn't have a lot of charges, taxes, nothing. So that was easy. And I was working as a designer where I earned enough money. So I was doing pottery as a side job. I knew that I wanted to become bigger, but I needed time to grow a collection. And this time was really important, because when I was growing my collection, when I was designing my piece, like for example, this mug that is now one of my bestsellers with the butter dish, I could design the piece, think about the collection. I did a lot of other pieces in between, but I could grow this collection without pressure, and that was really important because I didn't sell so much at the time, but that was okay because I was able to experiment a lot without being scared to not sell and to not being able to pay the bills. So that was really great. That was a really great start for me. And slowly I took less design job as a freelancer. And I made more product, I sell them more, I started to work with retailers, and it took more time, energy, and bring me some money. So that was great. It was slow. So in 2020, I think that was maybe 20 to 30% of my income. Then in 2023, that was more like 40, 50. And in 2003, starting to be 100% of my income, and 2014, and now full income. So it took me years to be able to say that I'm living comfortably from my work. So I'm really lucky, but it took time. And one of the other questions that people ask a lot: was it hard to start your own business, struggling with where to start? So yes, it was a struggle, that was complicated, but it took time. And I know that it's sometimes hard to have the financial possibility to take this time. And I had the chance to be able to do that because I had a side job. I'm starting my ceramics journey this year. Any suggestion on how to grow on social media? That's a really hard question. I opened my account in 2016, only with friends and people that I knew me back in Germany, and it slowly become bigger. because it was also not the beginning, but the trend of pottery was not that high, and people were on Instagram also using it a lot. Now we have other platforms like TikTok and whatever other platform that I don't know of because I'm old. But at that time that was easy to not easy to grow on Instagram. That took time. That took really a lot of time. And then the answer that how I wanted to answer this question is, it's not easy to grow on Instagram, but some people can do it like in a really quick way. I have great example of that when I saw people that were 2,000 and 1 month later were 20,000, and because they were really good on marketing. Because Instagram and selling your product, it's marketing work, really, and I'm not great at marketing. Some people are, and you need to sell yourself and sell your product, and that's you need to do it in your way, and quite honestly and with authenticity. And you need to find a way to express yourself that is really your way and not like copying other ways, and that makes sense to you. I think it's not one way, several ways to do it. Just try to be honest and try to be yourself. And what is really important is create an identity that people, when they see you, when they see your page, when you see your feed, they know it's you. And that's because your work is, of course, coherent somehow, but also because you have the same quality of picture. I mean, you need to have an identity. The quality is more important than the quantity. I know that a lot of people say that you should post regularly and you should do story and blah blah and blah blah. Yes, of course, if you can, but what is most important in the quality of what you post, not the quantity. I realized that because for years I was posting every 2 days, on Tuesday and Thursday, plus on Sunday vlogs, and I was super regular, and it helped me grow. But at one point it stopped because I think the quality was not there anymore, and that people needed to see new things from me. And I changed the way I communicate, and it worked better because I had more fun doing it. And what I proposed to people in the past few months were maybe more fresh, more me, and it worked. So I think it's important to have your own and that identity and do it with fun. Because if you do it, if you communicate on Instagram just to do it with no fun, with no motivation, just because you think you should do it, that will not work. You need to show people that you like what you do and that you like communicate your work. It's important. And what you need to know is like, it's not only on social media that you can start a business. Or I mean, I have friends that are potter and they work mainly with retailers. Some work with restaurants. Some sell all their work on market, because that's possible. That's something that's quite huge in France, but I think it's huge in other countries, like creative markets or ceramics market, whatever. Some people, they do courses, so they teach. And you cannot have one business plan that works for everybody. You need to find your own way, your own business plan, your own way of earning money with pottery. It's a lot of different ways, so you need to find the one that works with you and where you are. For example, for me, giving courses is not something I enjoy so much. I don't have the energy, neither the place, and I'm living remotely for everything. That will be hard to completely. I mean, it's not like in cities where you can find easily people that want to make ceramic courses. So I am not good at it, I think, to teach, and I cannot find the people because I'm in the middle of nowhere. So anyway, you need to find your ways. So let's take another question. First ceramic piece you ever made. I was working on the Wheeltron in this small workshop in Munich, and I did some cups and mugs, some pieces that my mom kept, and some that are not there because I sent them to Los Angeles for a project that I will one day talk about. But if first I was doing pottery on the wheel, and then I realized that was not for me. I tried slip casting, not for me neither, because you needed to make mold in plaster, and I didn't like that. That was messy, I don't know. And when I found out that I could make product from flat surfaces like hand building, that was a revelation, and I loved it, and since then I never stopped. What type of clay did I use for my pieces? I use a clay called Praf from Spain that is really groggy and perfect to make what I do, hand built. And it's also a clay that I love because it has like a sand in it, and it's when it's fired, It's not completely beige. It has some sand in it, some little black dots that I love, and I love the color. And it's really nice. It's a clay that is really easy to build with, because it's so groggy and it's so, how you say, it's like this table that I did with the same, is so resilient. Really, this clay is so resilient. It's accepting a lot of things that other clay will not accept. So I love this clay. Have you struggled with glazes over the years? Can you share more about your process? I didn't really struggle with glazes because I use mostly clear glaze that I bought on my local ceramic shop. So they are already in powder and just need to add water. And they are really, I choose my glaze to be really simple to use. To be really, I don't know, you say that they don't do some drops, and they are really, like the clay that I'm using, they need to be easygoing because I'm producing a lot and I cannot clean every drops of glaze on the, I have no time for that. So I need to have products that are easy to use. And I use mostly two glaze, one satin white, that it's more complicated to use, but I'm getting it, and clear glaze. And this glaze, I keep them. I don't use other one. I have only two, and then I create one, the milky blue. And to do so, I was not confident on making glazes by myself. So I took a course at Marc Usan in France. He teaches his own way to make glazes, and his way was really great. I love this workshop. I could not recommend it less. It's an amazing workshop. 1 week, 5 days, perfect. And after that, I felt more confident on doing my own glazes and test them. The glazes are not what make my ceramic special. It's more the shape and the pattern. So if you want the glaze to be your signature, your identity, I guess you need to learn or to make glazes, and there's a lot of workshop, also online workshop. I know that in France, Le Bol Pottery, Sarah, she offers some really great glaze courses that you can follow online, and I'm sure they are great. So it's a lot of different way to learn or to make glazes. Could I be your assistant? No, sorry. Unfortunately, I am no time, no money, no energy and I'm living remotely from everything, so it's really hard for me to have an assistant. Some people ask me if they can make an internship and everything. I'm sorry, but I'm living in the middle of nowhere. I don't know how you can find a place to sleep. And I don't have money to pay you, and I don't think that it's okay to have someone helping you and not paying it. Anyway, what kind of postcard do I listen to? I'm listening mostly voice messages for my friend. Hello Kim, hello Marie, hello Louise, hello Clémence, my sister. That's the people I'm listening podcast from. For me, they are podcasts. It's the best. We have completely awkward conversation about poop, about ceramics, of course, but also about business, about patriarchy, about politics, about food. We talk a lot about food. We complain a lot, and that's the best podcast ever. When I'm not listening to my friends' voice messages, I'm listening to Sophie Marie Laroui, the best. She does the best podcasts that exist. All of our podcasts are great. I'm listening to Les Pieds sur Terre or the Floodcast. That is really funny. Do you deliver internationally? Internationally? Yes, but outside of the EU, it's quite expensive, and that's not my choice. I mean, it's expensive. That's the cost of the post, French post, and I cannot control them. It can cost over 60 euros to send something to the US. I would love it to be less expensive because I'm pretty sure I'm losing some clients that are overseas, but well. Someone asked me how old I am. 37. Yes, I know, I look like 20. I started ceramic in 2015, so when I was 27. So it's 10 years that I am on the journey. That is crazy. Crazy! As your career progresses, what is the biggest revelation about yourself as a person? Wow, what a deep question. What I realized is that I like to be alone. I really love it. I thought that I was a person that loved being surrounded by others, but no, I love to be alone. I love to be alone in my studio, listening to my podcast, and I also need, it's just not I love, I need to go out every day, to walk outside. It's something that I do since a year or so, and it's the best, and I don't know why I didn't do it before. Going outside every day, even if it's raining, it's the most important thing for my sanity, really. I love it. I need to be outside. I need to be outside. That's me. I need to do that. So yeah. And also what I learned about myself, but I already knew it, but I realize it more and more, is that I'm someone that acts, not think. I act. I'm not a thinker. I'm someone that do. I don't know if it's good, I don't know if it's bad, it's what I am. Oh, that was not good enough. Okay, how long did it take you to live comfortably with yourself? So it took me 4 years. 4 years to live comfortably. Now I'm really lucky that I earn well money with selling pottery. I'm so lucky, but it's hard, it's really hard. Decided on the price of my pieces. That's a question that a lot of people are asking. I did not at first. I just look at what the people, all the potters were selling a cup, for example, and I seen that it was in between 20 and 50 euros, so I was like, okay, let's make 22 or 30. What I try to do, because I have a big collection of products, I try to harmonize the prices that a cups and a bowl at different prices. I don't know, it need to make sense. Is your studio in your home? Yes, it is. Is making pottery from home crazy? It is easy, not crazy. It is easy because the time management from each task is so simple. For example, if a piece is drying in my studio and I didn't cover it, and I'm back home with the kids making laundry or whatever, and I remember I forgot to cover it, I can just run it just 1 door apart, and I can run and wrap the product, and I can start my kiln in the evening, which is really convenient because electricity costs less during night, so it's easy. Sorry, I got some issue with the sound, so I have a new system now. So some of the questions that you asked, I answered, didn't got recorded. How do you manage to organize everything with family and work? Well, it's a question I got a lot. What I think is important to know, the children really help us to manage a good organization, because they need to eat, they need to sleep, they need to wake up in the morning to go to school 5 days a week. So we are really focused on their schedule somehow. We organize our time around their schedule. Something important to say is that I have a partner that is the father of my children, my husband, and I know that it's not, unfortunately, like that in every relationship, partnership, parenting system, but we share everything 50-50. And I'm a super organized person. That's really important to know. I have an old video about that called Organized Freak. It's on YouTube. You can watch it. I explain everything. Do you have similar work structure every week, or do you plan new every weekday? Yes, I have a week planner. That's also on my video, The Organized Freak. What are your 3 bigger fears for your job? I'm a really anxious person. I'm taking care of my mental health, don't worry, but I'm really anxious. And in my job, I have anxiety, yes. The biggest I have, it already happened, is injuring my hands or my arms. I ended up not working for 8 weeks. My insurance paid a part of what I could have earned during this time, so that was good, but still that was really not a great moment to realize, okay, I really need my hands to work. Then something that I'm really scared is that Instagram, the platform I'm using the most to sell my ceramics and promote my work, will become not a safe place anymore. It's already not the perfect place, but that will become a place where nobody goes anymore. Like Facebook. I know that some people use Facebook still, but I don't, for example. And I have the feeling that I'm getting old and that maybe I don't know the code of the new generation. and I will maybe become obsolete, and that I will not be able to find my clients because I will not use a good platform to promote my work. So that's a fear that I'm working on. And another fear that I have is not selling my product. If I don't sell them, I don't earn money, I cannot pay the bills, and that's all. I'm quite anxious because I know that I'm the only person responsible for my success, but also for my failure, and that's quite hard sometimes on my shoulder. But that's, I think, for all the entrepreneur, craftsman people that work alone, that's quite hard. I love to know more about your space, organization, shelf, storage, stock. Everything is on a video called Studio Tour. It's my most successful video on YouTube, and everything is explained there. Oh wait, I'm afraid it doesn't work. Anyway, you can watch that. I explain everything. Some people ask me also how I manage water in my studio. It's all explained in this video, so please look at it. Studio Tour. Village versus city. What do you prefer? Putting money aside and doing the same at work. I'm 100% a countryside girl. I lived in a city, I had my studio in the city. For 10 years we were living in Munich, that is a beautiful city, but that was expensive. We don't talk about money, so I don't talk about money. Being surrounded by nature, being able to go for a walk when I'm stressed, when I'm tired, when I don't know what to do I'm stressed at work and I'm like, starting to be crazy. I just go for a walk outside, and that's a blast. Really, it's a blast. That's the big difference. And also, I don't have distraction here. I'm not living in a city. I don't have bars, restaurant to go, cinemas, exhibition. That's a minus for some people, and I agree. Sometimes I'm missing going to an exhibition nearby or a nice restaurant. I don't have that here, but I have no distraction, so I can focus on my family and work. I know that I'm used to live where it's quiet and calm. I could not go back to live in the city. Where do you usually get your inspiration, and how do you apply it in pottery work? I will answer it in a classic way. I'm inspired by everyday life. I'm inspired by what I see on TV, what I look at film, all the books that I'm reading. Here I have some of my favorite books found by Muji, where you have a lot of projects from all over the world that are just beautiful, just beautiful, like a small stool, like a chair, like a beautiful bowl, like a perfect pen. I love this book, the pot book, by Edmund de Waal. It's a lot of different style of pottery, potter, whatever, and it's quite a great inspiration to just look through and then look maybe more about the artist behind. It's a great book. Industrial designer, for example, this one from Kim Collin and Sam Echt from Industrial Facility. They also collect a lot of projects from all over the world that they like, and I love to look at the curves, the design, the colors. It's so inspiring. This is so inspiring. When I go to countries like Japan, I went to Japan, Tunisia, Morocco. When I go in markets there, like daily life markets, not something fancy, and you look at all the kitchen tools that they use, you look at their bowls, or just when I go to a restaurant and I see the shape of a bowl or whatever, that inspires me really a lot. These books from Franco Clivio, Hidden Forms, it's so great. It's like the best book for me. It's a collector, like me, and he collecting a lot of different projects, and then he made a photography showing, like, for example, knife, tools like that, and it's so inspiring to see all the different shapes, and I can spend hours looking at each object, and I love that. I love this typology of project is what I love. And he has 3 books called A Collection Typology, one on the bottle of wine, one on the cork lid, and one on the pétanque boule. And it's a story about how different they are. And you see the pattern, you see the history of them, and it's so great. I love these books, really. They are beautiful to watch. Then I also have this book from the architect John Pawson. He did this book where he called that a visual inventory. And it's just like one picture, a story behind this picture, and that's it. But it's quite inspiring to see like the colors, I don't know. I love this book too. And one of my favorite book is The Hard Life from Jasper Morrison. That's inspiring me a lot because he loves, like me, historical museum. For example, when I went to London with friends, Potter friends, we went to the British Museum and we spent hours in this museum looking at all the pottery pieces, of course, but not only the tools that people were making centuries before. This is so inspiring. Anyway, this one, it's the same. He did a book about a museum in the Folk Art Museum. Yeah, the Folk Art Museum. They are so great. And here he took picture of all the objects that he liked. Look at that. Look at this project. They are so beautiful. Everything in this book is so beautiful. What is my favorite book? So, I have two favorite books. La vie mode d'emploi de Georges Perec. This book blew my mind, really. It's the story about a building in Paris, I think, and is explaining each floor, each apartment, each person. It's a description and it's just incredible. Then, my favorite author of all time is Haruki Murakami. And this book, 1Q84, it's 3 books actually, is also blow my mind. And I never read another book like that in my life, really. The project I'm the most proud of, it's the lamp we designed with my husband, Jonathan Moulouvier, because it's the first time we did such a complex product, and we really thought about it a long time before we finally found the way to build it, to be efficient and to be able to ship it, and it was also a success. How do you know when the design is ready to be brought to life? Actually, it's quite simple. I make a prototype and then I use the product. It's what happened with this mug. When I first did it, it was not the same dimension, but I thought I was too small, the handle was not large enough. I test the product at home. My kids use them, my husband used them, and then when we realized it's not perfect, because nothing is perfect, but when it's like when it's working properly, when we have no particular defect to the object, then I'm producing in a larger amount. Would you ever make spoon rests? I need one to match my beautiful butter dish. Thank you. I like the idea, but I'm trying to reduce the collection and focus on the bestseller, because I have a huge collection of items, like more than 15 I think, and it's too much in terms of logistic, and so I will not add so many products in the future. Sorry. What do you like the most to do in the studio? It's make. I love to hand build product. That's my favorite part. It's easy. I don't need to think so much. I can watch a movie. I can listen to podcasts. So it's the best. What I like the least, I don't like to sand the bottom of the pieces and pack the orders. Glazing, I think, is okay. I don't know why Potter said that glazing is awful. I feel it easy, and maybe because my glazes are so easy to use. I don't know, but I like glazing. What I think about starting on YouTube. It's a slow process. It's quite long before to reach a certain amount of people. Yeah, it's a slow race, and I don't know where it will bring me, but I'm a person that do, so I did, and now I will see. I still don't earn money from YouTube. People ask me that. No. You need to have way more video and way more views to be able to earn money from YouTube. I don't have enough, but my next project, the moving. The moving will be a great project, quite stressful this summer. I enjoy making these side tables, and I'm doing a stool right now. 25 will be quite crazy because of the moving, so I'm taking it slow. Your advice is to ask to physical places to sell your products. Advice to find retailers. Have a catalog. You need to have a catalog with picture, with your condition, and with your prices. You need to be clear. You need to really say your condition, because of course when you're selling to retailers, it's not the same way of you selling to on your website, because most of the time they take a percentage, and you need to have a catalog, and then look at the shops that you like. Look at the shop, the place that you like, and you just send them your catalog and say, hey, hello, I would love to be part of your selection. Advice is to sell ceramic online. You need to have a web shop. I use the platform Shopify. I'm really happy with it. You can find other platforms. Shopify is really great. I could not recommend it less, really. I love this platform. It takes time to build a good web shop, but to make that you need to have beautiful picture. And then, because some people that do a website and are like, I don't understand, I don't sell. The website is not enough. You need to promote your website. It can be in social medias, it can be by sending emails, it can be on YouTube, I don't know. It's a lot of making some publicity, some advertising, I don't know, but you need to find a way to promote your website, to make that the people that find you, in any way they find you, go to website to buy your product. That sounds easy, that is the worst. It is the hardest part. Really, the hardest part is to find a way to sell your product. To advise for ways of marketing, aka selling your pottery. You got it. Marketing, that's the word. Unfortunately, I didn't study that, but you need to learn how to market your product and yourself. I use social media. I use Instagram only, and I also use Pinterest. Best advice to a young artist designer which is out of school right now. My advices would be to work in a place, to go, start from scratch after school. I think it's really hard. Going to work in a studio as an assistant, as a designer, as an artist or whatever, as a potter, can help you to understand all the studio work and to understand management and to see how they are able to make their business work. So doing internship or just being employed in a place before to start your own business is what I did with design, and it helped me so much. I learned so much by working in some studios. It's also good to create your own colleagues, your own community of colleagues. The people on the same field as you that became colleagues, because I don't see people that do the same thing like potters as enemies or concurrents. I see them as colleagues. We exchange ideas, we exchange problems, we advise each other, and it's something great, amazing. How do you make time to create new projects or play with pottery outside work? I struggle with that. I understand you struggle with that. It's hard. It's hard to find time to walk outside of the normal production timeline. I found it that 2 years ago I had no more fun on working in the studio because I was working too much. So I decided to allow myself to have time out. Oh, 9! I decided to have a week off per trimester where I just experiment. And that's really important for me to have a timeline, a frame line where I just try to create. Even if I don't know where it will lead, I just take this time to do whatever. To say, okay, this moment of my week, it's only to create. No pressure, no money pressure, no production pressure, just making stuff for your own pleasure. And another thing that I do is I allow myself and I pay for myself a workshop per year where I learn a new skill, and pottery related, because I have so much to learn that for the moment is pottery related, but it could also be painting or I don't know, something that I went to a glaze workshop, then I did a wood firing workshop. This year I would like to do a gas firing workshop. So anything where you have to learn something new, it's good for your own practice. So I will recommend that. I think I answered all the questions somehow. I'm just looking if something is missing. We answer all the questions. Oh my god! Oh my god! I hope that was not boring. Me sitting on a chair answering to all the questions. Yeah, and I wish you all the best. Now I will clean everything and I will rest because this video took way longer than I thought because of technical issues. So I'm so happy it's over, really. I split my tea. I'm tired.